The semifinal round of the 2015 American Softball Championship has come to a close here in Orlando. In the first game of the day, the 2-seed Tulsa would have to come back from a 2-run deficit against Houston to claim their spot in the final. The game changer came in the fourth inning with Jocelyn Sheffield's 2 RBI double to tie it. Sheffield came in off the bench and was the spark of life the Hurricane needed.
Well, I think Jocelyn's big 2-out double. You know, we hadn't put runs on the board yet, and anytime you get 2-out runs, they did the same thing to us, and so it was so important to answer back right there and get those runs and get that game tied.
Well, I just thought, hey, I have an opportunity here, and I could make something happen, and I'm just gonna relax and get my pitch and go for it. And I felt like that's what happened. I'm really happy that I was able to have that chance.
Tulsa would add the deciding 3 runs in the following inning. For the Golden Hurricane, they know they were playing to stay alive in the postseason, and today they showed they believed and fought till the very end.
Well, it was kind of like a synergy effect. I mean, just we fed out off of each other and all just came together and did our part, and that's what really made this game great.
Yeah, and we've had a lot of experiences this year where, we failed in that situation, and we've had a lot of successes in that situation. And so we just have to feed off of the times where we did close it out, learn from our mistakes. Like we've been times where in that last inning, she got down 2-0 and we end up walking that hitter. And, and then all of a sudden it's a big inning. And so, she collected herself, and said, go right after and got the first out. Let your defense help you in that situation.
They'll need their defense tomorrow against one of the hottest teams in the country as they will take on the 1-seed UCF. The Knights had to get past the 5-seed USF in the semis to continue on in the tournament. With a lot on the line and an in-state rivalry, it was nothing short of intense.
Yeah, we face with South Florida is the I-4 rivalry, and it's like every time we face each other, it's the best game of the season. We know they're always a hard-hitting team. We all know that pitching staff. I mean, you saw the arsenal they have with pitching staff. They just keep bringing them in and keep changing it out. And Kenny does a great job of utilizing all the pitchers as best he can. But it's fun to be able to go up against them because it's going to be a great game every time.
Whenever you always face USF, they're a great organization, have a great program with great coaches, and we knew going into it was going to be a tough battle. They're our rivals. It always is going to be like that, but I think we just told ourselves, keep the energy up in the dugout, get a rally started and hit great pitches, and I think we did that well tonight.
UCF and USF were tied up at 1 in the top of the 7th. The Knights would load the bases with no outs, but USF pitcher Carla Claudio came in to strike out the first 2 batters she faced. That would leave it up to the American Player of the Year, Jessica Uvari. She delivered the game-winning hit and had all 3 Knights RBIs to advance her team to the championship game.
Yeah, I felt like we had that game even with the 1-0 ball game, and we made one mistake on where to go with that ball. I thought we would have had her out at home plate, but you can't sit back and think about that. You got to keep moving forward. And what we tell our girls is when they get in it, you got to work one pitch at a time. You got to go after this pitcher. We knew we had a lot of speed coming in the lineup with Maddie up and Kaylee and Lenny, and knew that we were going to make some things happen on defense, and they did exactly that. Did exactly what they needed to do. And with Jessica coming up with that big hit, I mean that's all we needed to kind of clinch it.
See a good pitch and hit a good pitch. I know they're not going to give me anything down the middle, so that's a given, but I love being in the bases loaded situation. I know my teammates wanted it too, so I'm just glad that I can come up big for them as well, because the pitchers once again did a phenomenal job in the circle, and so did our defense, so it's just good to get some offense help for them.
It's the battle of the 1 and 2 seed right here on Saturday, and you can catch the action on ESPN2 at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. For the American Digital Network, I'm Haley Outen.